Hey there. So this is a demo of computer vision techniques, mainly using Blue Prism. I'll just wait for the screen to come up. So this page is just a simple HTML page. What happens is most of the GUIs which we see today, right? They are meant for humans to work with, ideally, and that's how they are designed, right? You typically have labels of text or data like first name, last name, country, address, and they might be text boxes next to it, right? Now, most of the time, how RPA works with this kind of a GUI is they either spy it, and obviously that requires a certain, at least a bit of technical knowledge on the spying techniques. If you're not able to spy it, then the only thing which actually works is surface automation, and that's, as most developers know, is a bit more complicated than normal spying in HTML and all, because you're going to have to worry about, or what is the path of HTML, or if it's Java, or if it's some other technology, and so on and so forth, and optimize it according to that. There might be problems if in case the front end changes or the path changes, and there are certain complications to that. So overall, what I'm trying to say is that there needs to be a certain bit of expertise required in those spying techniques. But then one of the things why I started to explore computer vision was so that if you can just analyze what is there on the screen, you should be easily able to figure out how to manipulate the screen if you can make it configurable rather than spyable. So if you can see the screen in front of you, you have first name, last name, and one of the main reasons I've used my screen is because it's far more easier to make changes, any path changes, any adding new fields, and so on and so forth. So I have a process here which kind of gets all the details on the screen and then kind of inputs the data in there. So let me quickly run this. So first, it actually gets all the details on the screen, then checks where is the first name, where is the text box next to first name, and where is the last name, and so on and so forth, and finally clicks on submit. Just for this demo, I just have two records, right? Just to show that how this actually works, and I'm gonna vary the front end screen to actually show that irrespective of the changes, it still is able to process this. So it just finished this, and let me actually. So again, I am not used any spying techniques. I've actually just looking through the screen and trying to understand if there is a first name somewhere on the screen and if there's a text box next to the first name. So I'm gonna quickly show you how this works. So this, let me run a different process, right? This is how it actually analyzes. It actually picks up all the text on the screen and tries to figure out, what is the text. So, nobody's worried about, oh, this is the path for the HTML here, or this is how it's supposed to be there. What it really needs is the actual text. Once the text part is done, next what I try to figure out is there a text box near to the text? So in this case, let me just run this again. See, it actually tries to figure out if there's something like a text box near to the text, so that accordingly, if it's clickable, if somehow or the other figures that part out, and then comes back to the main process. So eventually, what we are looking in this is the actual text on the screen. What we are looking is actual text box, which can be typed in, those kind of things. And once it gets that, accordingly, the automation is made. So what I'll do is next I'm going to change the HTML a bit. So this is align left, align center. Let me change it to align left, right? So 5. See, again, in this case, the front end has changed, right? If I was using surface automation, this would have been a problem. Let me run the process again. I've kind of kept it a little slow so that folks should be able to see this. See, again, name was correct, zip was correct, phone number, department, most of the stuff is correct. Yes. Next, it's going to click on submit. Yes, and here comes the next record. Just for this demo, as I said, I've just kept 2 records so that you can see that it's been consistent across how it's actually working. So in this case, the text got left aligned, but it was still able to work through it. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just mix this up a little, right? So let me bring it back to center alignment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the HTML so that I can change internally the path changes, right? If I was using any other spine techniques, the changes would actually result in my automation breaking. So if you see, this is first is the label. This is the actual text box. So I've changed it F1 name to first name, right? Or for that matter, let me just type the full thing here. It honestly doesn't matter. This is pretty common, right? At the back end, what typically happens is that the HTML may change depending upon how things go. Also, let me add an HTML field here, right? Just to show that there is no spying happening, right? So I've added an extra comment field here. And obviously, I am not spying it, but yes, I have a certain configuration in place so that any new fields which come in are added. Existing fields really are taken care, right? So this is the data which is there. Let me come to my mapping, and I've added. See, what I'm looking for is the actual text on the screen. So as long as first name and last name text on the screen doesn't change, it doesn't matter, right? So here, comment. Oh, I think the spelling is incorrect. Comment, and I think the text box is on the right hand side. Yes, the text box is on the right hand side. So I've added that. Now in the data, again, it doesn't matter where I actually place the comment. It should easily map the data as such. So comment 1, comment 2, save this. So again, this is saved. And let me open it back again. So we have a new field here, and obviously I've changed the HTML for the first name and last name. I'm just going to quickly check it in the source. See, if I look at the source, see the name now is first name, ID of last name and name both have changed. So next I'm going to run my automation. So I just started this. See again, HTML changes, doesn't matter, and we're just going to wait for it to fill in the comment field also. Yes, so comment 1, submitted, and obviously the next record which is coming through. Yes, comment 2 and submit. We should be good. Last is, things like resolution and zoom. So I'm just going to change zoom a bit, just so that, but this is also a common problem in service automation, right? If the scale changes, if the resolution changes, we typically have problems. So I'm just going to show one more use case for that. It's able to pick up those screen and as well as the values properly. So I'm also thinking about probably adding a few models. Right now, this is not at all machine learning. It is computer vision, but it is mainly statistical analysis of different fields and running it through OCR to understand what is the text which is present. So most of it is working like that. So hopefully these kind of features would be more common as we kind of step into the new year, and it should make life a lot easier for developers as well as business users, where automations can be built in using computer vision and these kind of innovative techniques rather than pure spying. Or maybe it can be used as an alternate, right, when spying doesn't work as such. Thanks a lot for joining and hope this helps. Thanks.